Welcome back to my channel, friends. Today we're going to share with you how I put together this reindeer tree topper with supplies from the Dollar Tree. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the little notifications bell so you're notified whenever I post a new video. All right, let's get started with the supplies. When I saw these gold reindeer at the Dollar Tree, I knew I wanted to use them for some sort of decoration for my Christmas tree, so I decided to make a Rudolph tree topper. Now, it was a little bit too gold for my liking. I'm actually going to farmhouse it up just a little bit. I also picked up one of the silver little buckets here with the corded edge around the top. I'm going to use that as a base to hold up my tree topper. The bag of sequins that I got from Hobby Lobby a while ago. Then I have some of the gold glue or gold glitter glue. It's a rose gold color. I used that in a previous DIY along with a little container of Modpodge, which came from my Dollar Tree. I also have a package of these little red bells that came from Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut these apart and use one as my little Rudolph nose. Then I just have some spare ribbon that I pulled out of my box of ribbon. You can use whatever you want. I just found something that matched. Then this was something that I found at Dollar Tree that I'd never seen before. It's actually a roll of needlepoint fabric, which I really liked it, and so I grabbed one of them, as well as some of this gray plaid fabric that I had on hand from a previous project. Now, in addition to that, I have a foam brush, a Sharpie, and a sharp pair of kitchen shears, as well as some hot glue. I also ended up using a package of the Greenery Ties from Dollar Tree. Alright, so the first thing I did was I laid out my needlepoint fabric on a flat surface and put my reindeer on top of the fabric, and I'm going to just trace around the reindeer with my Sharpie, not including the fabric in the portion of the antlers, because I want to keep the antlers gold, as well as the little hoofs at the bottom of the feet. I want to keep those gold as well. So all I did was I just traced around the section of the reindeer that I'm going to cut out and cover with fabric. And then I'm just going to take my sharp kitchen shears and just cut out that little fabric reindeer really carefully. Once my fabric is cut, I'm going to take my marker side down and just make sure it fits. And then I'm going to take my Modpodge and cover the body of my reindeer with the Modpodge. Once it's completely covered, I'm going to go ahead and take that fabric and put it right down into the Modpodge. I'm also going to put more Modpodge on top of the fabric just to ensure that it adheres to the body of the reindeer. Once it's completely covered, I'm going to let it dry for a couple of hours and work on the base that we're going to attach this reindeer to. Now we're going to be using this little metal bucket upside down, and we're going to hot glue our reindeer to the top of this bucket, so that way the bucket will be used over the top of your Christmas tree to hold it in place. So here I am just putting some hot glue on. You want to make sure you use lots of it so it stays nicely, and then just stick your reindeer right down into that hot glue how you would like it to be sitting. Next, I'm going to be using my gray flannel fabric to cut out a little blanket to go over the back portion of my reindeer. Now, I'm just making little marks on my fabric so I know about what to cut. I'm really going to just eyeball it and then cut out like a half circle shape that's going to look like a saddle blanket. I'm going to use more Modpodge underneath the fabric just to hold it into place as like a glue. Now I'm going to outline my saddle blanket with some of the rose gold glitter glue just to give it a little bit more dimension and make it look like it's an actual saddle blanket sitting on top of the reindeer. I'm also going to add some of the glitter glue to the hoofs of the reindeer as well as to the antlers. Now I'm going to also hot glue a few of the little jingle bells just to the outside portion of the saddle blanket. Also going to use a little sequin as an eye for my reindeer. I'm going to take apart one of the little clusters of red bells from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use one as Rudolph's little red nose. Now I cut just a small piece of ribbon just to cover the neck portion as like a collar for our reindeer, and I'm going to hot glue that down, and then I'm going to decorate it with just a little raffia ribbon and some greenery. Also going to use more of the little sequins just to embellish the corded portion of our tree topper, just to give it a little bit more bling. Now after putting the tree topper on the top of my tree, I felt that it needed a little bit more greenery. So I'm hot gluing some of these Dollar Tree greenery ties right to the metal portion of our little bucket. And this is just going to give it a little bit more greenery and make it look a little bit more natural when it sits on the top of your tree. I also cut some of the greenery pieces in half, which I'm going to glue towards the front portion that goes right behind the saddle. I'm putting some hot glue at the very top of each piece of greenery. I'm going to hold those together so they come to a point. That way it looks like the top of the Christmas tree. And I'm going to add a few more of these little rhinestone pieces just to give it a little extra sparkle on that greenery, which will be the top of the tree. I also added one more piece of greenery just underneath the belly of the reindeer because I felt it looked odd without it. So I think it came out really good. Let's see what it looks like on the Christmas tree. All right, friends, so here he is. There's Rudolph sitting at the top of my tree. I ended up sticking just a few icicle branches down in around him and behind him, just to kind of give the tree a little bit more height so it, didn't look awkward sitting on the top of the tree there. But I love it. I think it turned out so cute. You could also add some more twinkle lights just around the Christmas tree portion of the little tree topper, which I haven't done yet, but I plan on doing. Anyhow, thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Turn on that little notifications bell so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Happy decorating, guys, and we'll see you again real soon.